Hey everyone, Jonny Skywatcher here. Like a lot of people, I'm kind of stuck inside. I haven't been posting videos in a very, very long time, but I don't have anything better to do. So, I was trying to think of what I could do. I used to do sort of a lot of movie videos, but I can't talk. Videos based on my reactions to the movies I've seen, which was sort of based on some of the channels I like watching, like Screen Junkies, Movie Talk with Collider Movie Talk when they had that, and stuff like that. But I had this idea today of sort of trying something a little bit different. We'll see how that goes. So I went to school. I can't talk. I went to school for theater. I majored in theater arts with an emphasis in directing, and to be honest, I have not done much with it, and that's a whole other conversation. But I was looking through some stuff online, and I found a video that I made that I kind of some backstory first. So I was in acting for Shakespeare class in my college. It was acting 4 out of 6 acting classes, and so I'm trying to remember. So one of the things you did in the class was you did a monologue from Shakespeare, and then you were paired up with a partner, and then you did a scene from the same play. So you both had a monologue that was from that play. I think that was part of either the final or the midterm. I can't remember. I think it was the final. Basically, you each did a monologue from the play, and then you did a scene from the play together. And the one I was doing was Romeo and Juliet, and so I had a monologue from Romeo and Juliet, and so I made this video where I did my monologue, but to give even more backstory to it, so that term I had to get my wisdom teeth. Can't think of the word. I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out, and so like the day, like after it was on the weekend, I got the surgery done, and so So I decided, I got this stuff in the back of my mouth, and I thought it'd be fun if I sort of practiced for doing my monologue, because this is something we've worked on multiple times throughout the semester. We didn't just do it once and then move on. We worked on it quite a bit, and so I decided to film myself doing it while I'm sort of. I don't want to say high. Because I didn't feel like the pain medication was that strong, but I was taking oxycodone, however you pronounce it, and I thought it'd be fun to record myself to practice the monologue, and then I posted it on Facebook, and it's still there. So let's see. I just kind of want to do a reaction, and then it's so I was reading the monologue beforehand, and it's like I remembered nothing from class about iambic pentameter and all that. So maybe I want to see if I can take a stab at it and see if I can do any better than when I was studying it, but had my mouth filled with cotton. It's not cotton. It's something. I think it is cotton. They're little cotton balls, but yeah. So let's take a glance at this. This is my first time trying a reaction video, so this may or may not work. I might cut this out entirely if I don't have like any visible strong reactions to anything. And to be honest, I did a peek at this beforehand, before I decided to try to do a reaction. So technically not a true strong reaction, but whatever.
Okay, this is Romeo and Juliet.
Oh god.
Act scene, 3 scene, Romeo
The camera shot's
Monologue.
way too close.
Take 1.
I also have a mustache, which is weird, but it was for a play I was in, and I think that's why. I don't even remember what was going on back then. I think I was in Titanic the musical, which is the reason I have a mustache. I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why I have a mustache in that scene. In this thing, whatever. Let's keep going.
Banishment. Be merciful, say death. For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death.
I hate how
Do not say banishment.
You know,
There
I'll
is no
probably
world without Verona
watch
walls,
the same thing
but
and have the same opinion.
purgatory, torture, hell itself. And
But I think it's
banished
kind of hard
is
to
banished
do
from the world.
This monologue.
And world's exile.
Pause. I think this kind of hard to do, like this monologue with Romeo, and not sound kind of nasally, because like Romeo is so whiny. He's so like, you know, he's reacting to Friar Lawrence telling him that, you know, they're not gonna kill you, they're just gonna banish you, and he's like, banish? You might as well say I'm dead. I can't be with Juliet. Nothing matters. So it's kind of hard to not go into like a nasally sound, because it's just such a he's such a teenager kind of reaction. Anyway, unpause.
Is death. Then banished is death mistermed. Calling death banished,
I just
I'll
wish
cut
I
my
could
head off with a
zoom out
golden
the
axe,
camera,
and
this
smiles
is way
upon
too
the stroke
close
that
to me.
murders me.
I think maybe I was
Torture.
kind of thinking, you know, in that kind of YouTube video,
Heaven
like the person who did the
is here.
Leave Britney Alone, that kind of thing.
Where
like,
Juliet
what if
lives.
this character was
And every
making
cat and dog
a
and
YouTube
little
video,
mouse,
what
every
would it look
unworthy
like?
thing live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not.
I think that's kind
More
of what I was thinking. It was a long time
validity.
ago, so
More
that
honorable
could
state.
be editing the
More
past.
courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand, and steal a mortal
See, I
blessing
kicked
from her
out.
lips.
We're very
But
certain
Romeo
she-
may not. He is
I don't know if I'm going to show this.
banished. Flies may do this, but this I from this must fly. They are freemen, but I am banished. And sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Hast thou no poison mixed, no sharp crowned knife, no sudden mean of death,
Oh,
so
it goes
ne'er
on
so
further.
mean, but banish it to kill me? Banish it? Oh, friar. The damned use that word in hell. Howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed to mangle me with that word, banished.
Okay, that's that's enough of that. About halfway through, I felt like the cringe somewhat disappear, so that I didn't feel as bad. We'll see if I end up actually including that in the video or not. Otherwise, skip to this point. So I want to try and go ahead and see if I can read this. I'm not going to go ahead and try to memorize it. Maybe if I like the way this video turns out, maybe I'll try to do another one where I actually memorize it and try to perform it. We'll see how that goes. Oh man. So I got my trusty complete works of William Shakespeare. This is the unannotated version. I don't know what happened to my annotated version. It kind of irritates me that I've lost that at some point between college and where I am now. It kind of just disappeared and never seen it again. Anyway, real fascinating, Jonathan. That's what people want, right? Quality programming. That wasn't even a good week. What was that? Anyway, okay, so let's go from where I started in the video with banishment. Okay, let's just see it. I don't remember every time banished is supposed to be banished, so I might mess up a little bit, but who cares, because I don't care. Should you care? Unless you're really deep into Shakespeare and like, it's supposed to be banished in that sentence, otherwise it doesn't work with the iambic pentameter. Other than that, I don't think you'll care. So let's go. Banishment. Be merciful, say death, for exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment. There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Then banished is death mistermed, calling death banished. Thou cuts my head off with a golden axe, and smilest upon the stroke that murders me. 'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven, and may look on her, but Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize of the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand, and steal a mortal blessing from her lips, who even in pure and vestal modesty still blush as thinking their own kiss is sin. But Romeo may not. He is banished. This may fly. What? This may flies do when I from this must. Okay, this may flies do when I from this must fly. I don't remember how that makes sense. I'll move on. And say'st thou, that exile is not death? Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp ground knife, no sudden mean of death, though ne'er so mean, but banish it to kill me? Banish it? Oh, friar, the damned use that word in hell, howling attendants. How hast thou the heart being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend protests to mingle me with that word, banished. Anyway, so yeah, that was my attempt at just cold reading it. And I'm sure you don't care, but maybe you do, maybe you don't. So yeah, I kind of got lost there in the middle. This mayflies do when I from this must fly. This mayflies do. This mayflies do. I get. This is what flies may do when I from this must fly. But when it's saying this mayflies do, it sounds so weird, and I don't even know if I said it right in the video, but Romeo may not, he is banished. This mayflies do. And I don't even know if all of them are supposed to be banished. Because if you look at the iambic, the pentameter, the way it's supposed to go by the amount of syllables, I don't think all of them are banished. I think there's at least one or two that's banished. I mean, obviously when it's banished with a T, it's banished. Especially because earlier in the same line you have banished, and so if both of them were banished, it would be too many syllables. I don't even remember how many syllables there's supposed to be in each line. I remember nothing. How did I forget everything from school? Partly because working a job that has nothing to do with theater has just melted my mind. My brain is just mush now, honestly. So yeah, that was my little video I just wanted to try and make, and if you like it, that kind of stuff, if that's what you're into, feel free to like, comment. I want to try to see if I can make some more videos now that I have a lot of time on my hand. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, I guess I'll see you around.